lunch. We are here for the afternoon of day 2, and happy to introduce you to Miss Shanoa Egawa, and she is local. It's really great to have some local folks around, and she is from Lummi and Skalalam. She's going to guide us through breathing and Qigong movements. The practice holds a story about a deeper connection to the earth and the elements for which we are made of. She's an author, she's a singer, she's a writer, and she's going to teach us today about Qigong and what that means for her. So please welcome Ms. Shanoa.
Oh, thank you. You
Yeah.
hear me now? I'm chatting away in the mute world.
I'm sorry. Yeah, we can hear you now. Perfect.
Okay, well, thank you again, you guys, for inviting me to be here with you all. And it's really encouraging to see so many people from so many places and tribes and programs and families. And so just thank you. My hands are up to you guys for all the work that's being done, all the good work. And so I just wanted to, I'm going to go ahead and start with just an opening song, just because I think it's always important to acknowledge whatever we're doing in our work, our spiritual side, our songs, our prayers, and that this work is really about the prayers. I was listening to the song of the woman who was singing during the break, and one of the lines she said is, "We're on the way to something greater." And I was thinking about how everything goes in a is in a circle. Life is in a circle, but it's also in a spiral. So kind of going back and recuperating our teachings, and then going forward with those teachings into this modern world to make more sense of how to navigate and how to stay grounded, and how to for our children to be able to have a strong foundation in who they are and where they come from. So in that way, I'm going to open with a song, just remembering our ancestors and honoring our ancestors, all of you, your ancestors, and calling upon that medicine for this presentation too, knowing that this work comes from a bigger place. So again, thank you everyone, and just remembering our ancestors here at this time, and remembering too that the earth is one of our ancestors, and the sky is one of our ancestors, and the stars are our ancestors, and the trees and the plants and the medicines and the animals and all the creatures, all the people, and just wanting to acknowledge through our places that we each come from, you know, our creation stories and the universal laws that were kind of put in place with our elders and our ancestors from the beginning of time, and remembering that the wisdom that we carry as Native people is always connected back to the land, always connected back to the earth and to the elements that give us life in any given moment. And just acknowledging my family here too at Lummi and Sklallam, and introducing myself again. My name is Shinoa Igawa, and at this point in my life, I'm very interested in healing and healing myself, and through healing myself, helping other people to find a way. And I know everyone has their own way of healing, and we have our ways within our tribes of healing. And I've been looking at and paying attention to the truth that is spoken from different places around the world, that and acknowledging that every culture on this earth has a bit of the truth, and that when we put that truth together, it usually comes back to what we hear in a lot of our creation stories about our responsibility to ourselves, to each other, to the earth, and that we're interconnected beings, that we are not separate, that we are not isolated, that in any given moment we're given life because of the elements that are supporting us, and they have a spirit and they carry wisdom, and and we're made of them. Therefore, we carry wisdom and power because we receive the sun every day. We walk on our Mother Earth, and she supports us. We're made of her. We're made of those minerals. We're made of the plants and the trees and the foods, and so this practice of Qigong is very much, I found it very synchronistic with our native teachings and our healing ways among our native people also, because of this fact that it comes from the nature. And so I was like, I can trust this, because if it's a teaching about a deeper understanding about the natural world and our connection to it, then there's something here. And it caught my attention that way at a time when I was really needing to heal myself, to find my own answers for what was ailing me, and to feel like I could be a sovereign being in the fact that I had enough ability to help myself. Sometimes we need to help each other too, and but this was a time where I needed to have confidence and faith in myself, and I was making a prayer in a ceremony one evening, and I just called upon the Creator, and I called upon our grandfather fire and the medicine, and I said, I know it's here on this earth. You know, you have so much in this creation. Everything is already here for us. What is it that I can, how can I help myself more? How can I go into mental, emotional, physical, spiritual way to help myself on a daily basis? And it was the Qigong that opened the door, and it was a magical way that it came, and I recognized it and I felt it. And maybe you all feel that way in your life sometimes. There's something that catches your attention that you're like, oh, that it just connects with you somehow, and you know that this is something you need to pay attention to. And so I went into Qigong, and I wanted to just start by telling you a little bit about what it is, in case it's the first time that you've heard of it. It is Qi is life force. So Qi is actually the thing that animates all life, that makes all life move. So it comes from the earth, it comes from the sky, and it's in the universe, and it's what makes our breath move. It's what's behind the inhale and the exhale. And so again, and I know in our own native ways, we have our own words and our own way of describing this same thing. And so there's healthy Qi and there's unhealthy Qi. And an example of healthy Qi is like when you see a beautiful river flowing down strongly from the mountain, carrying that wind on top, and there's a freshness and there's a coolness and there's an energy that you feel that uplifts your spirit, and it makes you just want to just take all that in, and it cleanses you. It actually, just standing by that river can cleanse you and heal you. And the contrary side to that, an unhealthy example would be the dam that is blocking the river from flowing. and then everything gets stuck, and a lot of buildup happens, and it can't flow. So you could say the health is flow, and the lack of health is non. It's stuck. It's not flowing. It's blocked. And this is the way, thinking of the rivers and thinking of our veins and our arteries, and the heart and the systems of the pumping of the blood in and out of the heart. We in our own cultures and in Qigong from China, this is a 5,000-year-old practice from China. They talk about this flow that's happening in the body, and so you want to keep that open, and it's like a microcosm. So we are a microcosm of the greater macrocosm. We're made of the earth, we're made of the fire. Why do we have a warm body? We're made of the air, we're made of the plants, the animals, the sun, the moon, and the stars. And we're made of emotions too, and we're made of we have the ability to sense things. And I think that this has always been a really important part of our culture, but we've been changing now, where the world is getting very fast. Everything is speeding up. The information is coming at us constantly from all angles on the internet and different places, the news. And it's overwhelming because these are machines that are guiding us. But what we need in order to come back into health is to be closer to nature and to remember we are part of nature. And we can look to the nature and see that the nature is also suffering, and we are suffering more. And so again, there's that parallel. When the nature's suffering, the humans are suffering, because we're made of the same thing, because we're a part of the same thing. And so coming back into health and vitality that way. There's a story a long time ago, thousands and thousands of years ago, over in China, about Qigong and about some of the medicine that's in this practice. And that was the fishermen that found a turtle thousands of years ago. This was the first turtle that they'd ever seen. And they looked on the back of that turtle, and they saw that design, and they knew that there was something very significant about that design. And they said, we need to figure this out. This is some kind of a message that we need to understand. And they passed it along to different people, trying to find out who would understand these symbols. And it ended up going to the emperor at that time, and he had his spiritual practitioners who meditated, and they looked into it. And in their vision, what they saw was, this is the signature of the universe. This is how the elements are. This is how the seasons flow. This is how our bodies are connected, and each of our organs are connected to the different elements and seasons. And so this came a long way, and it was in a similar way as what we went through as Native people in this country. People were imprisoned for this knowledge. They were imprisoned for these practices, because these are the practices where you really are going to find out what it means, the empowerment that you're actually capable of with the spirit that you've been given and walking on this earth. And there's always that counter force that doesn't want people to recognize what they actually have. And so people were put in prison, people were killed. It was abolished and abandoned, and then in the same way, people had to hide out and protect it. Through the Chinese medicine, it's connected to Chinese medicine, the study of qi, the life force, and working with the life force. And so I know you guys, I just wanted to give you a little background here, thinking about how Qigong can benefit our people. Is we have our emotions, and through my time that I've been studying and practicing and teaching, and really caring about the healing and the process of healing, it sounds like most of the illness, depression, sadness originates in the blocked heart. So when there's a trauma that happens, or when there's a hurt, or when there's some kind of a betrayal to the heart can get that dam, and then the energy doesn't flow anywhere else into the body, and then it starts having a more effect on different emotions in different places. So the lungs carry the sadness and the grief, the kidneys carry the fear, the liver carries the anger, the stomach and spleen carry the worry, and then pretty soon it just gets compounded, and it starts moving up this channel that's kind of in the center line of the body here, the heart. And they say there's a place here where the energy turns. It receives from the sky and it receives from the earth, and we have to exchange that. Just the way that when the sun rises in the morning and it's a cold morning and there's a layer of mist on the ground, then the sun hits the mist and the mist rises up into the air with the heat of the sun, and there's an exchange of the water of the earth. So it's a similar way in our body. So this gets blocked, and then when it moves up this far, people feel like they can't speak anymore. They can't say what I need help. I'm you just kind of give up hope, and it blocks and makes you down. And so one of the points, just why we're here, why I'm talking, is you can take your fingers here, and there's a point right on the middle of the sternum, and you can tap this point, and this is it's on the conception vessel channel. So this is one of the first meridians in the body that's formed in the fetus, and this part, it releases stuck emotions. And it's also connected to all the other organs. So it's kind of like an intersection point where you can open the flow of a lot of points. So I was just feeling that how this could help our kids and our families is really making the connection with the earth, making the connection, and using the power of our mind and our feelings. They say that with the internet, what's happening is we're losing our senses, which people say, have you lost your senses? Like you're going crazy, right? And losing your senses is the essential part of being human. So when you can no longer taste, smell, touch, feel, hear, it's kind of like what are we becoming then? And so a lot of Qigong is also recognizing the importance of really opening the potential of each of the senses. And so I think what we'll do at this time is, I know you guys all just ate lunch, so I don't want to sit here and talk to everyone and make you go to sleep. So if you feel like you want to stay seated, you can stay seated. And if you want to stand, you can stand. I'm going to take you through a tapping exercise. And maybe just take note of how you feel now, and then we're just going to do a little experiment to see if there's any shift in your energy after we do a little practice here with the really basic Qigong methods. So first of all, you can just rub your hands. Your hands are the healers. They're connected to your heart. A lot of our people say these are we're the five-fingered people. We're connected to the stars. These can be our antennas. This is where we can express our love through our cooking and through the way we care for our families and our children. There's a lot that you can express through your art and the way you work with your hands. So just warming the heart point up in the hands. And then first of all, just opening the fingers, so you can open your hands this way, and then just moving one finger at a time, and then turning, and then open, and then again, come back around. And just even this simple movement here is, there's meridians that are associated with the organs. And when people get Alzheimer's and dementia, they don't have the ability to move their fingers anymore. So the memory is related to the flexibility of the hands and the fingers. So this is one thing that we can do just super simply by touching the pinky to the center of the palm, the ring, the middle, the index, the thumb. And so that's just one thing that connects the body with the mind right away. And then we'll take the hands and we can gently shake them. So if you're sitting, you can just shake them. You can kind of do like a little circle with your wrists, but just kind of floppy. and you can drain off a lot of the stress that you might be feeling. Again, there's lung channels, there's pericardium channel, heart channel, fascia. The whole fascia system of the body is in the arms. The lungs are in the arms. So when you're moving this, you're already activating different organs in the body just by this simple movement. And then you can go up and out to the side. And you can bring your breath in. And then coming forward. I had one big, strong guy in my class one time, and I did this part, raising the hands over the head, and he was like, "Oh my gosh, I'm so tired." And he goes, "I guess I never raise my hands over my head anymore." So every now and then it's good to put your hands up over your head. This brings the blood back to the heart, and then coming back down. And then if you're standing, you can just slightly bounce the heels. And you're just shaking the body, and you can drain off any of the stress that you're feeling in the body this way. And I don't know if I'm just doing this by myself. I'm not sure if people are with me or not. Oh well. Okay, so then coming back and then just coming to a standstill if you did do the shaking, because you can feel all the circulation in your body after that very simple thing. And so you're going from seated, having just eaten lunch, to everything being settled and sedentary, to moving the rivers of the blood, moving the rivers of the oxygenation of your body that you need to digest your food, and open the flow of your heart and circulation. So that's a simple thing. There's another one I'll just show you, but I'm not sure if I'm just the only one doing it.
Miss Chanel, I'm just letting you know that lots of people are commenting that they're doing it. We're all
good.
standing, we're all doing it. So you're not on your own.
Like that. You're never really sure.
No, you're doing great. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks, guys. Okay, so go ahead and stand if you want, or you can stay seated. And you just let your arms be floppy, and you're going to strike the kidney in the back. So the back side, the hand is just flapping on the kidney on either side. Okay. So going back. And then coming up and going right under the collarbone with a loose fist. And this is a lung point under here. So we're in the fall in the Northwest here. And so it's lung time. It's time to strengthen the lungs. A lot of people catch colds at this time of year. This is how you can strengthen your immune chi, your immune system. And then you can go up over the shoulder. And if you have a little more flexibility, you can turn and look back. And that helps release any tension in the neck and the shoulders. And then you come back down the lungs. And you can even go at the lower ribs. There's liver and gallbladder there. And then coming back to kidneys. And then you just can come to a standstill and close your eyes and just feel into your body again. And there's like a vibrant, everything is moving. Everything is vibrating. You feel a tingling in your hands. You can take a breath and move that with your mind and let it move throughout your whole body. So there's a lot about the visualization and the power of the mind when we can work with it to guide energy. And then from here, we're going to do a quick tapping, because I think you guys will like this. This makes all the kids laugh because they get really embarrassed, but but they liked it. They told me they liked it afterwards. So we're going to tap a lot of different points on the body. You're going to start here, and I'm just going to do 2 counts of 8. So we'll start here. I'll sit at the beginning so you can see the points. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, top center. 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Other side. 1, 2, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Back of the head. 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Left side of the back of the neck. 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Other side. 7, 8. 1. Then the forehead, center. 1, 2, 3. Other side, other hand. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then to the cheeks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. With the right hand going under the lymph nodes under the chin. 5, 6, 7, 8. 5, 6, 7, 8. Then here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Down to the lungs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. Then with like a karate chop on the middle of the shoulder. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Other side. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 2, you're just kind of chopping in under the armpit, which is a heart point, and it's also a lot of lymph glands. And then the other side, so you can clear the lymph, let the blood flow from the heart. 8, 1, 2. 6, 7, 8. Then this inner elbow. 2, 3, 4. This is an indentation point where a lot of the chi, because it has an indentation, a lot of the energy gets stuck. It's a common place for blockages. Opens the lungs and the heart. And the other side. Opening the fingers, the antennas. Other side. So we're just doing 2 sets of 8 on each one. And sometimes I count in Chinese, and sometimes I've had people count in our native languages too. Then the navel, it's a loose fist. Your small intestine is behind the navel. That's where the alchemy happens of digesting your food into minerals and nutrients that you need in your organs and your brain. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Kidneys. And then in between the kidneys, there's a Ming Men point. It's called, it's like your pilot light. So where the fire is burning at the base of the spine there, and then 8 or 16, I should say. Then here on the side, so you can use this part of your hand to strike here. This is a gallbladder channel that runs down the sides of the legs. Then the inguinal crease right on the inside of the hip bone. And then you go up and down the thigh for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3. Then the other side. So from the thigh to the knee, up and down for 16 count. Another place that energy gets blocked is behind the knees, especially when we sit a lot. That's when you can get swelling in the legs, when you can have low blood pressure because the blood can't pump back up to the heart. And then here, down from the knee to the ankle. Other side. And then from down here, you're going to stand. We're going to gather the energy from the earth with our hands and with our intent. And then you inhale up and you connect it with the sky's chi, the sky's energy, the sun, the moon, and the stars. And then you bring it back down through your body on an exhale. So we'll do that again. We can inhale the earth and the sky. And then exhale, coming down the midline. You can use this movement to clear the energy in your body. So you can go up. You can bring the illumination of the sun or the full moon and bring it down through your body with that intent going all the way down through your feet and out the earth. And then you have an energy field that surrounds your body called the Wei Qi field. So it's like light that rides over the surface of the body. And then it's inhale. You can inhale and expand that light. Inhale. And then you exhale. And then inhale again. And you can bring the light of the sky and the stars down. And then we'll gather this time. You're going to gather up. You're going to gather the sky's chi. Inhale. Come down. So we can use the sky's chi to bring more health to the lungs, which means that our immune system will get stronger. We can also use it to open the heart so that whatever burdens are there, we're breathing and moving the energy so that whatever pain or sorrow or stress we might feel, we can move it with the breath and the emotion and the intent and the connection to nature. And then back down. So when you rise up, you can straighten the legs. So inhale. Let's go here. And then exhale. And then inhale, straighten. Exhale down. Let's do two more. Inhale, straighten. Feel the light around your body expand. Exhale. And then inhale. Bringing the whole Milky Way if you want. Bringing it down through your body. Whatever beauty you see in the nature, you apply it to the movement. Inhale, the Mother Earth, our beautiful Mother Earth is giving us life all the time. Exhale, and our beautiful Father Sky coming down and nourishing us, give us strength and connect us back. So you can bring your hand to your lower belly. This is the gut brain here, the digestive systems. You can circle that if you want. This is where 96% of our wisdom comes from. This is where our instinct and our intuition comes from. In our native ways, in our storytelling, they always say, it's not the mind, it's the heart and it's the gut that should inform the mind what to do. Because the brain only is operating with about 4 to 5% of what's actually happening in this world. And so again, listening to that song during the lunch break and just hearing that young woman that was singing and understanding that there's limitations that are put upon us in the way that we see the world, but through our teachings and through the wisdom of other wisdom cultures that carry teachings about coming back into sync with nature as a way of healing ourselves and staying present and being able to keep going outside, keep gathering our foods, our medicines, and finding ways to recognize that in our body is going to be very helpful for our healing. So I just want to see how you guys feel, if anybody has any comments or anything, or any questions so far. I don't know if some of you who got to do the movement, just seeing how you felt after that, or we can look at the, okay, I feel great. I need more. That was great. Okay, good. Excellent.
That was wonderful. I loved that. I've never done it before and it was wonderful.
Oh, good. You guys, are you guys up for doing a little more?
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yes,
Can I ask a
please.
question?
Okay. No more.
I ask-
Any more questions? No more
I have
questions.
one question. May I ask
Yes.
one question before we do more? I believe that you teach Qigong, right?
Yes.
Do you have a virtual option? How can we
I
get more?
do. I do teach on Tuesday and Thursday mornings from 8 to 9:15 in Pacific time. So I can put my email in here if people are interested. So maybe remind me to do that by the end, and I can share that. And
Do you have
yes,
a virtual option?
yeah, I teach on Zoom. Is
Oh,
that
you
what you?
do?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, yes, that would be wonderful.
Okay. All right, so this is an immune boost. We did a little bit of it, but we're going to just go through. This is one that we use to strengthen the lungs. And like I said, there's riding over the surface of the body is the Wei Qi field, and that's an energy that is protecting us from viruses and um, sicknesses and any kind of negativity that might come toward us. So it strengthens the field of our body, and it strengthens the lungs, so that they say that the white blood cells are like chi soldiers. So this form like readies your white blood cell army. And so we'll do this. All right, it's only gonna take a few minutes. So again, just bring your hands together here, and then we can step the feet apart, and we're just gonna gather from the sky 5 times again. So you're gonna inhale, and then gather in a big circle above you, and then come back down the middle. So bend the knees slightly. You could relax the shoulders, and then we can inhale again, palms up to the sky, then circle and down. Third time, inhale, exhale. 4, inhale. 5, and then we'll do 5, one more. Inhale. And then we tap the points for the lungs. So you're gonna inhale, and then you put the chi into your lungs like this. And then you exhale and you release any toxins from the lungs, and then gather up more fresh energy. Inhale, and this is an exhale. So we usually do like 39 of these, but we'll just do like 18. Inhale here, exhale here. And if you want, you can look up a little bit, because a lot of times we're looking down all the time at our phones. And sometimes our necks get really out of whack from that. So each time you inhale and cup the chi into your lungs, you're giving more vitality to them and more capability to defend you from viruses and illnesses. And you're also able to bring in more oxygen, which is helpful to every part of the body and mind. Let's do 3 more. And then you can bring the hands down, and then we just gently do the shaking again. So you just shake. You can go from the side. And this is also, the kids really like this, because little kids especially, because there's a carefreeness that we're born with, but then we kind of lose that as we get older. And this kind of reminds you of your true nature, you know, that you came into this world with. It's okay to bounce, and you watch the creatures in the nature too, the animals, they move and they shake. Usually when they're laying down, they get up and they shake their body, and then they stretch their body. And so again, then just feeling in here, and then we'll take the chi shower. So you inhale up, And then like you're washing over the body, but this is going all the way into the skin and the body. So it's an internal shower. You go down the backs of the legs and then you come up the front, inhale. So again, we're working with earth and sky chi. You come to the heart and down the shoulders, and then create like a circle with your hands, and then go up over the head and back. Exhale, exhaling down the body, and then inhaling up the front. Exhale all the way down the arms to the wrists, and then turn. Hands, palms travel down the back, and you're cleansing the body, and then cleansing the front. Inhale. Over. And let's do one more here. Exhale. Inhale. Come over, and this time we're going to come over the head, and then you can cross the arms and bend over slightly, and then inhale and open the chi umbrella, which is the lungs. They say if you were to stretch the lungs out with all the pockets for the air, they're as big as a tennis court. That's huge. And so what percentage of our lung capacity are we really using? We know when we have high blood pressure, a lot of times we're just breathing in the top of the lungs. Now here you open the points that we tap to the sky, and you fill the lungs with the energy of the sky. And then you can come back in, gather with this hand, and come over to this side. And then inhale, gathering. They say the lungs are connected to the metal chi, the minerals, so that you put the minerals into the lungs. And then you can just massage the lung points. This is also a point where if you're feeling any grief or sadness, you can massage. And this releases, that helps you to release that also. So the lungs, that's a routine for the immune system and the clearing emotions. And then you can gather to close. Inhale. And then down. You bring back the hands to the wisdom center of the body, the belly. And just remembering always that we're standing upon and walking upon and living upon the Mother Earth. We're always being supported by the earth. And above us, the sky is always there supporting us from above. And so we always have this immense amount of support and power. And a lot of the Qigong is just bringing back the awareness and the connection so that we can feel that and regain our health and our vitality. And there's a lot more that you can do with it too. There's ways that you can turn back, you can go into the DNA and heal the DNA, and a lot of miraculous things. So one of the main things I wanted to say about it from the standpoint of that work is the realization that we have the power to create a life the way we would like it, meaning our positivity and our belief is very important. So if we are feeling, going through a hard time, or we're going where our emotions can control us, a lot of the practice is about learning how to open those places and release those emotions, and then working with the mind to center the self. So just in the same way the earth rotates around the central axis, we have a central channel in our body, and there's always chaos going on around us at all times. But when you can hone this center and be peaceful and calm and observant, and keep cleansing off the things that you don't need, don't let them stay there and be stuck and then carry around a lot of luggage and baggage on your back all your life. Learn how to drop it off and walk in a free way, walk with freedom in your heart. So that's the positivity and the happiness is really something that is an important part of the practice, as well as lifestyle and diet, eating seasonally, which is a lot of the teachings of our traditional foods too, that when we harvest, they're in season, and they're there in season for a reason, with the changing of the temperature and the changing of what's going on in the nature around us. Those are the nutrients that our body needs. So when we do those things from our tradition, we're in alignment with nature. So it's just, how do we make it more that way? And I just feel like Qigong has been something very helpful to me. I used to have chronic back pain. I don't ever have pain in my back anymore. My digestion is better. My outlook on life is better. I feel more positive. They say you can even age backwards by taking care of your organs, and that the 5 organs, are the first family of your body, and they want to harmonize. They want to work together: your heart, your lungs, your kidneys, liver, stomach, and spleen. So there's so many teachings, but I don't know if anyone has any other questions or.
There is one question. I experienced a lot of stomach pain after Qigong session yesterday. That took me by surprise. Is that unusual?
I think sometimes it might activate places where there's a blockage. And if you're not used to that, stomach pain, so then I would suggest, like, maybe it's some in the digestion. So you warm up the hands first. You can also put like a hot water bottle on the belly at night if you want, and then just massaging. There's also a point down here. So this is my knee, and right at the base of the knee, there's the shin bone here. And then you just go at the end of the bone there. You can just tap it like right on the side of the, not on the bone, but just to the side. There's really important stomach points there that help with digestion. You can feel it. If you start palpating your own leg, you'll feel it. It's sore. And you can tap that. You can tap them both just by like this, or when you're sitting down. And they call it the 3-mile point, because they say it also helps when you're really tired. And after you tap that point, you can walk another 3 miles. But this is very, very good point for the digestion. So one thing about diet, just real quick, I know we're running out of time. Oh no, we're okay.
We got 1 minute basically.
Oh, 1 minute. Okay. So I know it's part of this modern culture to drink icy beverages, but those are really not the greatest for our stomach, because your stomach needs things to be hot and cooked and warm in order to digest. And so sometimes it's the digestion. And my sister works at in acupuncture, and she said 90% of the problems are digestive. And so when your digestion is, it's like good to drink warm things, hot tea, or at least room temperature, but not icy stuff. So yeah, I would have to talk to the person more, but I think it's okay. I think that's okay, but I think it's just kind of highlighting a place where there might be a blockage, and you can massage the belly, and sometimes just feel that point where it hurts and massage it, and it'll open.
And I just wanted to remind you, you said you were going to put in your email. I
okay.
thought I could drop it in for you, but I didn't have your email.
Okay, let's see.
But lots of positive comments. I didn't know if you were able to read them all, but
I didn't get to see them.
Lots of thank yous, and loved it so much. And she did just drop in her email address for the ones who were wanting for information about the Zoom that she does. And then I wanted to read you. Thank you so much. Self-care is so important for recentering ourselves in light of the negativity we are working to battle. So it's just lots of thank yous in there. And so just really appreciate from yesterday and today. I never thought I'd get all sweaty and like have to come back on camera.
I'm laughing at this one. I'm doing it too, but don't want everyone to see me bouncing around all crazy. That's so funny.
I know.
Oh, that's
it's
great.
just been a real pleasure, and thank you so much for being here. It's really
Thank you
nice.
guys. I appreciate it. I hope you have a good day, and I hope
Can
to
I
see
ask,
many of you again sometime. All
Shanoa,
right.
can I ask one more question before
Sure.
before we
Sure.
go? Do you have a new book coming out?
I do not a new book, but the Whale Child. Yeah,
Okay,
I can put that in the chat here
that
too.
would be great. And that's specifically for adolescents, yeah?
Yeah, that's like third through fifth grade. I'll put that in. And my brother and I wrote and illustrated that together. So I'll put our thing in the chat here. Let's see. Okay. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you guys. Have a good day. Appreciate it.